Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
Dude, like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me. We want to enjoy what we're looking at. We don't want sores and fat whores. Liar! No.
Let me be as clear as I can. Ain't no colors in Scandinavia.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Woo! All right, welcome one and all to another round table, and it's a bit of a special one because it's our 100th episode, and not everybody's been here since the beginning, but a lot of you have been here for a very long time, and I am surprised that we got here, considering who we are, what we do, and and I'm grateful. I am just grateful. But let's go around, say hi, and wax poetic a little bit, and then get down to business because we got a good show for you today. Little surprises. I just found something surprising, and I questioned it a little bit, but we'll get to that anyway. Jed, you've had a busy weekend.
I've had a very busy weekend between all the Doctor Who stuff as usual. This last month, there's also a great drive-in episode we had last night talking about Batman Returns. But it's actually been a good weekend because, shock of shocks, the Doctor Who episode wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I enjoyed a lot of it. I'm genuinely shocked by that. But it's always great to be here, and we're gonna have so much fun making fun of some of this shit today.
Oh, yeah, I know. Dre, you're still alive.
Barely, but alive. All the same. Great to be here on this 100th episode. Glory be to the round table. This is great. This is great. So I had a pretty solid week. A lot of good things, a lot of good trouble stuff. Halfway to our goal, 50% there for our goal. So I'm fired up about that. Got a whole month to go. So that's really, really good. So I'm really, really happy, very, very grateful, very, very humbled by all the people that have been supporting the work and all that great stuff. Tremendous. So I'm very, very happy. And if Grump was here, make my meme. I'm a very, very happy panda. Very happy panda. So I'm very, very happy, very, very thankful for that. And for those that want to continue to contribute and check it out and all that stuff, links are in the description, links are in the chat, and all the great stuff. I'm sure Legatus will post them. So if you would like to support it, that would be tremendous.
Guys, let's get
other
ready
news.
goal. Other news.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And,
we're gonna make
more.
it.
Oh wait,
Oh
there's
yeah.
more.
In other news, I had fun at the cinema yesterday.
Let me guess. You went to see Godzilla.
I sure did. I saw Godzilla yesterday, and I had me some fun at the cinema. I enjoyed that film very much. So I am very, very happy this weekend. This has been a darn good weekend. So I'm very, very happy.
We are going to talk Godzilla in connection to everything when it comes to the box office roundup. Before that, Dragon Lady, how are you this weekend?
Still cold, not as cold as I was last week, but I got warmed up last night because I got quite happy. Well, I was happy with the House of the Dragon Season 2 trailer last night.
We are not going to go over that because, there's
got
nothing. There's no. Well, one, I'm going to review it, but we'll wait till we get closer to it, and it's not much to talk about. People are excited for it. And let's let it get here. That's kind of it. We'll talk about it when it arrives, but we're gonna have more fun breaking down trailers that are crap. Trailers that don't look so good.
That's understandable. I wasn't sure we'd be talking about it. That was all right. I was gonna suggest it earlier, but I forgot.
No, it's all right. I mean, it's out there. It happened. But we can bring it up as a comparison, though. I wouldn't be a bad idea. As for myself, it's been a weekend so far, and I want to wish my mom. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. You did best you could with me. I'm still so if everybody just send her some birthday wishes, I would appreciate that. I made a really nice steak dinner last night. Part of my present. I got her birthday present as well, but I made a nice big juicy steak because she deserves it. She's my mom. She have steak dinner on her birthday. Other than that, as said, for me, it's just been a weekend. Jed tortured me yesterday. I mean, it was. Listen. If you guys have watched it already, it's up there. I was very mid on the Doctor Who episode. And you can go watch Jed's episode, Jed's recap of it to see why. I was very quiet for most of it because I was just absorbing it. And there were other bigger, grander discussions going on during that stream. For once, I could take a break. Let's be honest. I could shut my big ass mouth and relax a little bit. Not have to work so hard. But we are here. And let's talk about this. And let's talk about this show for a little bit before we get started. Because, hey, 100. 3 years ago, roughly today, it was a little earlier than that, but 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, roughly, it was, I believe it was November in 21 when I fired up this show. I was approached by a couple other dudes who, in the end, it didn't work out. Those of you who have been here since the beginning, you know it didn't work out.
Yeah, none of them wanted to date you, so.
Well, you did, so that's anyway. And we started this little thing called Roundtable, our own version of the panel show. And let's be honest, there is a lot of competition out there for you find people in the audience there, subscribers in the chat, to come and hear what people have to say. And sometimes you hear the same things over and over again. And ever since we started this show, we have strived to try and give you guys a little bit of a different take, a little bit of a different flavor of the events that go on in the week. And sometimes we get our Sunday privilege, like we'll take advantage of today. We get those end of the week box office numbers where then we can really talk about, did something win on the week? Did it fail? Where's it going? What's it doing? But at the same time, we have the opportunity to maybe not so much report the news as it happened, but start the discussion with ourselves and with you guys in the chat. Therefore, I really hope you guys have enjoyed it for these 100 episodes, and I really hope it continue forward. And if Grump were here, Grump, who showed up like the white knight, the grumpy old white knight that he is, when I was left hanging with no one around, he showed up and said, hey, I could come on. And I said, all right, let's come on Natural 20, and we'll see if we can get along. And then for a while, it was just me and Grump talk about shit. And then Dragon Lady said, I'd like to try. And I said, okay, come on in. We'll do this. And then I was blessed by Ginger Jesus. Blessed by the Ginger Jesus. And then this fine fellow, a brother from another mother, came in and said, I like the cut of your jib. You want to work together on something? I said, yeah, sure. Come on. Let's see if we work. And then here we are. We get Dreisms every week since then. And we've had an ever rotating bunch of guests, friends of the channel, new people who come and go. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes, what are you doing? God damn it. What happened there? USB went away. Sorry.
All right, folks, that's the show. 100,
right in the middle
100 episodes.
Why did it do that? I didn't even bump it. Hey guys, live television. What do you expect? This is the Roundtable. It's what you got. But yeah, so then we've had a lot of fun. We've had a good time. People have tried to take us down here and there. We got our share of crazies who don't like us, but we're going to keep going. We're not going anywhere. Let's hope for another 100 episodes, come back bigger, stronger. I hope the panel will grow and change, and we will add new members in the coming episodes. But until then, I also want to say, chat, for those of you who were the 2 or 3 of you that were here in the very beginning when it was just me, thank you. To those of you who have come along this journey and stuck with us week in, week out, thank you. You guys showing up every week, chatting with us, and contributing to us, trolling us, having fun with us. You guys are why the show keeps going. Because if nobody showed up, then what would be the point? But you guys show up every week. You make it worth it. So thank you all for being here. And bravo to you. And bravo to my friends here on the panel who, without you, I would not have this show. Just me. It's just Natural 20 if it's just me. And I already do that once a week. So thank you, Jed. Thank you, Dre. Thank you, Dragon Lady. Thank you, Grump. Thank you guys for joining me every week on this. And I'm happy to continue this fun little weird ass, sometimes insane adventure that we're on. So if you guys want to add anything, feel free to. Fine, whatever. Fuck you all.
No, you said it all, Adam. Not a whole lot to add. You're right. It's been a pleasure just hanging out with you guys. After, oh my God, it's almost 2 years. Holy crap. Yeah, of all this time hanging out with you all and
it's a long time.
Be able to run my mouth into the great chat that we always have here. That's always active, and like you all are wonderful people. And for those and being so and on another personal level, being there to help support my work. Like it's a lot of grinding out here, especially in the indie sphere. You all on the panel have always been very supportive of my work, and the chat has always been very supportive of my work. So it's been a heck of a journey, and it warms my cold dark heart. You know what I mean? So it's really really cool, really cool. So I really appreciate you all, and I appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys are great people.
All right. Thank you, Dre. All right, guys. All right, so let's say hail and howdy to the chat, and let's get started because we do have a busy episode. Hail, Legatus Legionist, one of the mods, one of my irregulars here to keep the peace and be my personal troll in everything going on down. Good afternoon to you too, Kale. How are you? Huzzah, son of Joxer. Welcome, my good friend. Frank Belazkowitz, welcome. Godzilla was fun. I'm hearing people had a lot of fun. You guys know my point. I just want kaiju battles. Just not interested, but I'm glad everybody's having fun with it. I really am. I want successful Toho Godzilla. I'm hoping that what happens to the Godzilla, this will lead to Toho starting a whole new chain of let's have giant kaiju battles after this. That's what I'm hoping for going forward. Hail to Ruben X. How are you? Static. Hail Static 2020. Go check out Static. He joined us, me and Dermy, on Anime Odyssey this past week. We had a lot of fun. Good times. So go check out Static as well. Boomer. Yeah, I'm a boomer going down there. Hail, Samily Infamous, one of my fellow crew members of the bridge crew on the USS Engage. I ain't thinking about the Gorn. Ryan's the one thinking about the Gorn. He's the Rex fucker right here. Anyway, and everybody else just watching, chilling out. If you're not chatting, we welcome you. We hope we have a good time and enjoy the rest of the show. And if you're already having a good time, hit that like button. Let the algorithm know you appreciate us. All right. You can read the title of today's episode. We've got a bunch of things to go over. Bob Iger had a bad week, made worse by Elon Musk. You've already heard a lot of it, so we'll do our best to try and, as I always say, give you a different take, different spin. Maybe we'll wax poetic about something more interesting than what you've already heard before. At the same time, because Bob Iger's bad week is rooted in the fact that Disney movies suck. So we're going to do a box office roundup, as we always do. The numbers for these past weeks are out, and 2 out of the 3, it's a hoot. And the third one surprised me. I got to admit, I'm surprised, although we did say it was going to break even, but it's not much else. And then after that, 2 trailers dropped yesterday. 2 trailers or 2 shows that I will be reviewing come next year. I'm excited. They're garbage. One of them is definitely garbage. The other one not looking so good. We'll get into it. Fallout and Halo Season 2. Oh, yes. More Master Chief without his helmet on. Okay. All right. That being said, we did have something happen yesterday. Jed already mentioned it. Doctor Who 60th episode 2. It, again, if you haven't watched Jed's watch party where I was involved, where I showed up on time this week, even though he lied to us, the start time, said I would be there, still lied to me. I rushed my ass off to get home in time and still... Bastard. Anyway,
it worked. Everyone was there on time.
I was gonna be there anyway. It's not fair.
Everyone was there on time for the first time because I did that, so I have no regrets.
But we did watch Doctor Who 60th episode 2, Wild Blue Yonder. The title still makes no sense.
Oh God, no.
And well, Jed, I'll let you go into this since this is your cup of tea. This is your wheelhouse. It wasn't so bad, but it still doesn't change anything because they still doubled down on the worst parts of what Chinballs did during Dr. Duckwalk, greatest whammies ever in the universe.
Yeah, so Wild Blue Yonder, as much as I enjoyed parts of it, it's still barely mediocre compared to a lot of the good episodes of Doctor Who. I definitely think it's the best episode we've gotten since Jodie Whittaker took over the role, and there were issues with it still, though. There was a black Isaac Newton, Pakistani.
Yeah. Oh, he's Pakistani?
That's what I've heard. I've heard every race under the sun, I'm going to be honest. Everyone's saying, no, it's not black, it's this. No, it's not Indian, it's this. No, it's Native American. Non-white Isaac Newton. We'll just go with that.
Person of color.
It was weird, and then of course they doubled down on the timeless children and the flux, changing it from destroying all the universe except for Earth. At the end of the flux, Earth was the only planet left in the sky. Now it's only half the universe was destroyed. But yeah, they doubled down on that, so that means nothing's going to change. The canon issues are still present, so a decent, mediocre episode changes nothing. As much as I have a lot of praise for it, it changes absolutely nothing. But this episode was really weird because leading up to it, there was massive amounts of secrecy surrounding it. They only released a couple seconds of footage for it. We never got a plot description. We had a poster, and that was about it. Even the cast list had several redacted names on it for no particular reason. And they were all revealed to be for no reason whatsoever. People are hyping up, like the crazy stands who foaming at the mouth thought, oh, Wild Blue Yonder, you can fit the numbers 11, 12, and 13 into Wild Blue Yonder, so it means Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and Jodie Whittaker are going to be on it.
That was so retarded. I mean, there's a difference between fans trying to figure out what's going to happen in something and a bunch of weirdos digging for meaning and thinking there's more to something than there is.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, he just, it hypes it up. When there's that level of secrecy, you imagine something's coming. Or in our case, we imagined they were embarrassed and were hiding something. Well, when we watched the episode, it was without doubt better than Star Beast. I think even the people who dislike the episode to a certain degree would agree with me that it's better than the Star Beast. But we actually have an interview from Russell T Davies that I can pull up if you want. And he admits the reason why he kept it a secret, because he was embarrassed by it. He was embarrassed about how simple the story was, and that's why he kept it a secret. His best episode, it was simple, and so he was embarrassed.
Yeah, and it was not offensive as a story. It was a simple, and I think yesterday, who was it on the panel that said it? I forget, on yesterday's panel said it was a mid-level David Tennant episode, is what it was.
I think it's even lower than that.
That's fair. I mean,
it beats Love and Monsters and maybe Fear Her, but that. I mean,
you have to understand. And I said this on yesterday's panel. Dr. Donna era is not my favorite era of Tennant. Mm-hmm. My favorite era of Tennant is when Rose was the companion. I loved that part. I was kind of okay with Martha. I dipped out actually during Martha. Came back during Doctor and Donna, and then took a break after that for years, and then came back. And I really enjoyed Matt Smith and the Pawns. That I love them a lot. That was so much fun for me. I really dug that one. So I was not pulled in by the nostalgia of Doctor and Donna. Mm-hmm. Therefore, again, my reaction yesterday was basically I was okay with it. I hate the doubling, tripling down on the timeless children and the flux and all that, and then again also the doctors into dudes. Doctors into oh, Isaac Newton was hot. Yes, he was. Thanks.
Well, and he goes, is that who I am now? Is that what I do now? It's saying, am I gay now? Is this version of me gay? She's like, I was never that far from the surface, mate, saying that 10 was super gay in her eyes, too.
So, but it doesn't change anything. So what were the numbers? You told me the numbers before we went live here.
So the overnight figures for Wild Blue Yonder have come out, and these are UK numbers only. That's all we have, and that's usually what we deal with Doctor Who. It's 4.83 million people watched Wild Blue Yonder overnight, which is a dip from the 5.08 of last week's The Star Beast, and makes it so a lot of Jodie Whittaker episodes beat the viewership for Wild Blue Yonder, whereas the Star Beast highest viewership since 2019's resolution of the Daleks, which was considered to be a failure. But yeah, these viewership figures, they're lower than when the show started in 1963, when there were less people in the UK and no one had any idea what Doctor Who was. And Jodie Whittaker's numbers, they were worse than when the show was canceled in the 80s, before it was a worldwide show. It was only a UK show, and it had lower numbers than that. I think if this trajectory keeps on, Ncuti Gatwa is going to have Jodie Whittaker numbers, if not lower.
Oh, he's going to have... No, he's going to have worse. Because the numbers you show is... Again, yesterday's episode was mid at best. It wasn't terrible, bad, offensive. But the drop is because of what happened last week with Star Beast.
Oh, 100%.
And a lot of people are done. We're doing that. We're doing this out of we're obligated as reviewers.
Yes.
as chroniclers.
Someone
as
should be
analysts.
informed and
We're here to let you know, or I'm here to be bullied into it. It's your job, not mine. But
So you're not gonna watch the Christmas special with me on Christmas Day?
No,
it's actually Christmas Eve for us, but
well, I don't know. Maybe
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna.
You're not okay. Thank God.
Not when it comes out. I might watch it eventually, but I'm not gonna ruin
here's
Christmas.
What I mean. I will watch one Shooty episode with you. I think just so that I can say whether or not I think Shooty is that. Legatus, I'm going to. We're going to finish the segment first. I'm going to. Don't worry. We're not going to break the rhythm. I see it. I've seen it bright as day. Don't worry. Don't see you broke the rhythm because of that. I'm going to see that. I am. Don't worry. I see it. Beautiful, plain as day. But everybody's gone. Everybody's left it. And they're not coming back. But I will watch Shooty once just so I can give a real, easy, nice and clean take on it so that I can say, yeah, he's either good or bad or mid. But we'll see. And I know Dermy's going to watch it with you all the way through. So
Probably.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I want to show Dre real fast. Yeah. Does this look like Isaac Newton to you, Dre?
No.
I don't know. They found the most ethnic person they can possibly find. He's not black. He's not Latino. He's not Native American. He's not Indian. He's Bruno Mars. That's who he is. He's Bruno Mars. He's Bruno Mars.
And he's from It's a Sin, so he's probably gay too. He's worked with Russell before.
I mean, that's easy money.
Oh, and Dre, so in the episode, it opens up with him randomly. It has no point in the episode. As soon as the credits roll, it's completely forgotten about. But he's sitting underneath the apple tree, and the tortoise crashes into the tree above him and is stuck in the tree, and then the apple falls on his head because of the tortoise. And the doctor hangs out the door with his companion, talking to Isaac Newton real fast. And then they end the conversation with, you can understand the gravity of the situation.
Oh, and no, not one-liners.
But the problem is Isaac Newton misheard them. So he's like, what was that wonderful word they said? Gravity? Sabity? Maverity! And when they Mavity, and when they show up at the space station during the episode, history's changed, so Donna doesn't know what the word gravity is. It is Maverity to
Even
her.
Though,
Mavity.
Like you said yesterday, the TARDIS should keep them safe from historical changes when they're wrong. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, that's it. And of course, then I will now acknowledge it because I wanted to finish the segment first. Jay Fraser for 100 pounds. Woo! Thank you, Jay Fraser. Oh, round table and happy 100 episodes. I found this channel during Wheel of Time Season 1 coverage and have remained subbed. Roundtable has overtaken FNT. Wow, that is that's incredible for you to say that. Thank you. That's heavy, dude. As my much anticipated stream of the week, a thank you for all your every joyous episode. So thank you for every joyous Sunday viewing. And here's to 100 more. Hail to you, good sir. Thank you, Jay Fraser 360, so much for that. And I hope I don't disappoint you. Hope we don't disappoint you going forward. Thank you again. And to answer your question, I do see in the chat right there, those are gone. They got eliminated during my channel purge when I was trying to get monetized. And I was desperately trying to clean out anything possible that was kind of either old or irrelevant. So that's why that's one of the reasons they don't exist anymore. So unfortunately, they were gone. I apologize, but again, they were okay. They were okay. That was my beginning streaming. It was a little rough. So thank you again, Jay Fraser, for those 100 pounds. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
And yes. Adam, do you see Ruben X's comment? That falls in line with the leaks I've been hearing about, and I've talked about that on the watch alongs.
Wow.
That they might make David Tennant the Valiard, regenerate into the Valiard.
We talked about that they might make him the
and that would fall in line with the whole Shooty Got was gonna regenerate from
then
black trans Rose.
Why is he wearing? Why is in the shots we've seen of Shooty? Why is he wearing Tennant's shirt and tie then?
Well, with those shots, Russell T Davies has confirmed that pretty much everything is CGI. The background's fake. He said, "Don't believe anything from those shots." Shooty Gatwa. So they might have changed his costume. They might have changed his costume in CGI with what Russell T Davies said. They're hiding some location Because in the trailer that we saw at
It's
the end of Wild Blue
background from
Yonder,
Jody's regeneration still, yeah.
yes, when David Tennant's regenerated, it's still that same cloudy background, which is confirmed to be a fake background. So we really don't know what to expect, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Black Trans Rose is the new Doctor going forward, and the Doctor, after being a timeless child god, that regenerations don't matter, nothing matters, just interdimensional god, just kind of ends, and they're like, hey, here's this new, more diverse version.
Then that would make
it's literally not Doctor Who anymore.
That would make, and it's a new Doctor. It's a new number one then.
Mm-hmm,
I wouldn't be surprised if they're going for that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are resetting the numbering system. This is new Who now with Shudigatwa.
Really?
It's going to be Series 1. Shudigatwa's first season is Series 1. And
whoa!
Disney Plus and iPlayer are saying Doctor Who brackets 2023 dash instead of 05 dash current.
That is such an insult. Then again, we shouldn't be surprised. We should not be
at all
surprised.
But it wouldn't surprise me if Shudigatwa is now the first Doctor, or maybe Rose is the first Doctor and Shudi's second Doctor. That's why they're resetting the counter.
So I need some clarity.
Okay.
I need some clarity because on the first episode we had the half-breed black dude, penis, no face, whatever thingamabob. So that person
still has this thingamabob.
Yeah, that person is now has the same abilities as the Doctor. Is that how that works?
Essentially, it's called a Metacrisis. It's a human Time Lord hybrid, basically. Mm-hmm. And the episode ended with Rose saying, "You just need to let it go." And there was an energy wave, and it's implied that Rose gave up the powers of a Time Lord, which doesn't make any sense. Okay. But if it's by choice, Rose could just kind of say, "Oh, I want it back now."
Okay. All right. Cool. And the white lady that is the mother of the hybrid baby monster. So that person also is a Time Lord, right?
It's the same situation. She let it go, but yes.
Okay. So hypothetically speaking, this special has 3 episodes in it, right? Am I
next
correct?
week? The Giggle, the final one.
Okay, the final one. So hypothetically speaking, the hybrid baby monster demon baby can become the next Doctor Who character.
I mean, not in canon, within their warped canon.
But I'm just talking within the
rules they've set up. Yes.
Yeah. So within those rules, that creature can become the next black guy.
The new
Doctor
black
Who.
gay. Yep.
Okay. So that would open up the door for David Tennant to become the Belliard. Is that
Belliard?
Evil version of the Doctor near the end of his life.
Okay, and that's when he becomes the villain, right?
Correct.
The thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I okay. That doesn't make any sense to me, but at the same time, I can see that they would take that route, so they can make a white man a villain, and not to mention a white actor that a lot of people beloved to make him into a villain, and then make new Blackie McBlackman the new hero. And
Doctor Who has been running away from the concept of the Valeyard for a long time because they kind of realized, oh, this was a mistake that we did this. So they've been kind of putting it off, hoping everybody forgets about it. It circles back in the fandom once, like every couple of years, people thinking, oh shit, is this the Valeyard coming out finally? And here we are now. This could be the worst possible way to do it because it would make the original Doctor the villain, and it would make this bastardized version the savior.
Got it. Okay, I got it. And according to Disney logic, yeah, I can see that happening. Absolutely, shot for shot. I can see that.
Disney is just, as Jed has said, one of 3 parties that have money sunk into this, or technically 2, because Bad Wolf is a production company, but Bad Wolf is owned by Sony. So it's really just Sony and Disney.
And BBC.
Yeah, but not a lot. BBC has like the least amount of control they've ever had now. Isn't that true?
Yeah, at least they've ever had, absolutely. But they still have enough of a piece that they're worth keeping in the conversation.
So the Disney Plus Doctor Who is a new line for Doctor Who. For what they
Yes.
for
They're
their thing.
they're restarting the count.
They're okay. So this is going to be their reboot of Doctor
Mhm.
Who.
Basically.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, you're living at ground zero of this, Dragon Lady. You're at ground zero, and even though you're not a fan, you have family members who are fan. You know people who are fans, and this has not been
Yeah.
received well, has it?
No, it hasn't. Even when I explained to my dad what was going on the 60th anniversary, when I said to him, "Oh, they raised up Isaac Newton," and even he was, well, by the expression in his face, I don't think he was very impressed with that. And as we've all been saying, it's one thing to race swap a fictional character; it's another to do that to a historical figure that was actually alive.
BBC's done that before, though. They
Yeah.
have no problem doing it. No problem.
Yeah, they've done it before, unfortunately. But it was, I don't think it's ever been as in your face.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, it's a mess. It's just a mess.
And,
It's
and even I'm looking at this and saying, what is going on? Seriously?
we know what's going on, and it can go all the way back to identity politics. And one of the chief promoters of identity politics for the past over a decade now has been Disney. Disney is they've been at the front of the bus. They've been driving the bus at times. And it's no surprise that this week, in multiple interviews and this and that, Bob Iger comes out. Bob Iger did not have a good week because he comes out, says a whole bunch of stuff. Because they had to release their quarterly earnings report, and you can't lie in that. It's the law. You got to say this. They started off this whole week, this whole thing, where they had to admit that they lost money because they invested in agenda material, agenda propaganda bullshit, not so secret. But then in that also, you go further down and it said, but we're still going to keep going. So expect to have your investments lose more money, stockholders. They said it. We went over it last week. And then Bob Iger comes out this week, bunch of interviews, and he just plays the blame game. It's just, let's blame everybody else under the sun except me. Bob Iger, the man who set the table that Disney is now dining at. Who's the one that created Disney Plus a decade ago in its infancy?
Iger.
Bob Iger. Bob Iger. That's who. Who's the one that bought everything we love with all the money that Michael Eisner made for Disney? Bob Iger.
God, we need Michael Eisner back.
But Michael Eisner did nothing wrong. He saved
just
Disney.
like John Lasseter.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong. But he got forced out. And then the weatherman, who had been lurking in the shadows of the company, somehow maneuvered himself into the CEO position and just started buying shit. He buys.
I love that people call him the weatherman.
Well, we thank Gary for that one. Gary Neurotic is the one that did that. He is the one that told us that beautiful little thing. So he buys Lucasfilm. He buys Pixar. He buys Marvel Studios away from Paramount. And that was the period of time where we all thought, hey, man, Disney's cool. Now, when it came to Star Wars, I had that little voice in the back of my little nerd brain going, no.
I didn't. I didn't with when Disney bought Marvel. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I was expecting musical numbers, even though I like a musical number. But hang on a minute. This is Marvel. It's a bit more serious than that.
But here's the thing, though. They had a chance with Marvel because at Marvel, as long as damn it, I was talking about him last night. Who's the guy that got pushed out at Marvel? This is terrible. I had a giant conversation last night. Perlmutter, thank you, Perlmutter. When Perlmutter was there, it was still running well, even when Disney owned it, up until Feige did a coup and had Bob Iger on his side and pushed Ike Perlmutter out. everything was fine. But Star Wars was always doomed because within a year they threw out the EU, and that was all I needed to know. That was all I needed to know what was going to happen there. But he buys all this stuff, creates Disney Plus in 2013. Again, Gary Nerdrotic has provided us with this kind of information. John Joe. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Wish is a flop. And
Indiana Jones is a flop.
Was a flop.
Quantumania.
That is
all
a
flops.
flop.
Haunted Mansion.
Flop. Because think Wish. We're gonna go over it when we get to the box office. It's all right there. Numbers don't lie.
Let's see. I've got a list of the 23 Disney movies. We've got Elemental, flop.
Barely
Indiana Jones
didn't even break even. Not supposed to flop. Just
no.
Didn't even break even. Yeah.
Disappointment. Haunted Mansion. Wish. We've got. There's so fucking many.
Sorry, Jed. Do you know, John Joe? Do you know how metrics work? Do you know how it works? That is not too. Well, I'm gonna bring up Ant-Man right now. We're gonna jump ahead then. Fine. You want to play this game? We're gonna play this game. We are gonna. Play
what was Ant-Man? Quantumania's
right now.
budget.
I'm bringing it right now. I'm getting it. I'm going to the numbers. Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania. Okay, budget $200 million.
Doesn't include theater cut or marketing. So if Ant-Man got over 200 million, it's a flop.
So
Ant-Man, they would need to get 500, 550.
It needed, yeah. Ant-Man. That you have to understand. This is how budgets work, John Joe. When it's 200 million, we'll play your game. 200 million. We won't add in the cost of marketing. We won't add in the probably extra $100 million we know that they get because they lie about a budget. We'll play your game.
Not to mention the reshoots that's not added in there.
Yeah. Yes, reshoots aren't included.
You take the budget, you multiply it by 2.5, and that gets you the break even. Just because it made $463 million doesn't mean it made $200 million.
Nope.
It needed over $500 million to break even. So as you can see, it did not make any money.
And that is the definition of flop, is did it make any money across the board? The definition of flop isn't get over the reported budget.
Now you're moving the goalpost. No, there is no disconnect. Marketing is always part of the budget. Marketing, when they adjust the budgets, here's how much we spend in marketing. That's part of it. You don't get to create your own rules. You don't get to pretend that they made money just because it didn't even break even. It lost about $100 million, $150 million probably, which means not a flop, but a failure. They didn't make money.
Not only that, also word of mouth as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
word of mouth on that was terrible. But
you can play
theater cut is pretty big too, Joe John. You can't forget theater cut, which is estimated on average between 40 and 60%.
Yeah,
and that's the part that a lot of people usually miss. Everybody thinks that AMC and Regal Cinemas is doing this for free. I don't get why people think that. No, the theaters get a major cut of the proceeds because other than that, no one can see the films. So even if you want to split it down the middle, even if you want to say it's just taking 50%, if you just want to use the numbers that way, these films still aren't even close to breaking even when it comes to the proceeds and when being in the red or black. In order for a film, at least for a studio of Disney's caliber, at least, if we're releasing a film that's $200 million, and let's just lowball that there's going to be $50 million in advertisement, lowball, just for the sake of argument. In order to justify that film's existence, you got to be staring down the barrel of $700 million to justify its existence. The break-even point will be around 600, 625, but to justify its existence, you have to make $700 million, or as Adam likes to put, enough to buy somebody a sandwich.
Yes, yes.
There are 7 theatrical failures. Not all of them are flops, but 7 that would be considered failures. Guardians of the Galaxy is the only one anyone has an argument for.
It's the only one that's here. But let's go, Jed. You started talking about this. Let's bring them up. Little Mermaid, $568 million haul on the year with a budget of $250 million. But we know they told us the marketing, I believe, was around $60 million. So it was over a $300 million budget because you could pretend, John Joe, that accounting. We're not talking accounting. Accounting is numbers.
That's
money.
exactly
If
what we're
you
talking
did it,
about. That's what we
exactly what
started
it is.
with.
You don't get to make up your own rules on what makes money in the world. So you look at this. That means they needed 750, 850 million to even sniff break even. Look, they didn't. So there's $300 million lost. That's a flop. That is a flop and a half. Then let's go to Elemental. Elemental, they want to crow all the way about how, it had legs, it kept going, but it needed $500 million to break even. Not a flop, but it didn't make money. Was not a success. They could talk about the legs all at once. And here's the big daddy. The big daddy
Good
that
Lord.
busted Lucasfilm had a
And
budget.
Bob
300
Iger himself last week said this movie was a failure.
Yes.
Bob Iger himself.
And
he also said
$300 million.
Wish was a failure.
Oh, yeah. $300 million budget, and way higher. So this movie, and everything, this movie needed $1 billion roughly probably to break even. It only made $381 million. So it lost at least $600 million. With these three movies alone, Disney lost $1 billion in profit in last year's fiscal quarter.
That's
then let's go right to the current flop. We're not even going to talk about Haunted Mansion. We're not even going to talk about other movies that came out because they are insignificant compared to the flop that is The Marvels.
Oh,
I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna.
It's
make
not gonna make it,
200.
Adam.
This week,
It's
this
not
is
gonna
the
make
big
it.
story. Look at what they did this
It's
week.
still got a while left.
It made $2.5 million in an entire week. Look at these numbers from the Thanksgiving break. $339,000 a week, $495,000 a week, $336,000 in a week, basically $300,000. Oh, look, it made $1.1 million in one day. This is unprecedented. This is unprecedented for a Marvel movie and a Disney movie. So this is what failure and flop looks like. And its budget, remember, its budget to $300 million. Let's round up because we know it's at least that. This movie needed $750, $850 to break even, and it's not even at $200 million 4 weeks in.
It's over.
And let's now jump. Wish isn't a flop. Wish isn't a flop. Oh but
my
I think
God.
it is.
Oh my God.
I think it is. Look at that. $200 million. We've done the math for this already. Let's go down to the box office. Let's look at this beautiful thing. It makes nothing. Disney wins nothing.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Joe John, it was on screen. We put it on screen. We showed the number.
There's always one.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's play this. I live in a fantasy world. Let's see the budget right there. John Joe, this is the budget. Can you spell budget? B-U-D-G-E-T. Budget. Without the marketing.
Oh no.
Wrong. The Marvels is actually $220 million.
And $100 million in marketing.
This is the go-to website.
It's not slanted. It's
slanted how?
It
It's
has
numbers.
zero opinions.
Right.
It has zero opinions.
Oh, appeal to ridicule. Which no, you're not. You're denying facts. Numbers are facts. This is ridicule. Your source
What are you doing? What underneath?
And Forbes is not slanted compared to an analytics site.
That's what I was laughing at.
Forbes is it's a shill outlet. These are hard numbers.
Joe John, if you can't add in the marketing, where does that money go? Is it just like, I spent it, but I don't care if I get that money back. It just vanishes all pretty like. No, marketing, of course, is always played in.
Wow. All right.
We're lying with statistics. We're lying with facts, everyone.
Not a skill outlet. They got one guy in there, Paul Tassi, who sort of gets it right half the time. Everybody else is full of shit on Forbes. So you could live in your little world. Why don't you go prance around?
Hey, actually, breaking news. Forbes says Disney spent over $270 million to make the Marvels. I'm looking at
Bring it up, Jed. Bring it up. Come on, John Joe. Do your research. Do your research. Come on.
He can't.
What a 100th episode we have given you today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Hey, John Joe, your source disagrees with you if this pop-up ad will fucking...
You could go away now, John Joe. You tuck your tail
Forbes,
between your legs.
270.
Take your L. Go wipe your nose on your girlfriend's boyfriend's shirt, and then come back if you want to be civil. Okay, you can go. Bye. Bye.
What do you have?
No. Yeah.
So and then $100 million is they announced that number. It is $100 million for the marketing. So that is, as reported, 300. We can round up to 400.
Yeah.
We can round up for 400.
Wow, this guy can't take an L. He cannot take his L. Well,
so we keep proving that you're wrong, and then you just keep saying, "Oh no, the facts you're showing me, I'm not seeing them. My eyes don't worky."
Oh man,
are you going to claim blindness next?
Oh, Joe.
Here's where I'm going to now claim objectivity, because we all know how I feel about Rachel Zegler. We all know how I feel about everything she does. Hunger Games is actually going to hit its break even.
I think it broke even.
Yeah,
it's about to. It's $7 million.
It had a very low budget. Yeah,
very low budget.
I think the budget was $100 million.
$700 million of what we know. So playing by the numbers, it's we said it last week. It was going to limp it to break even, and I didn't think it was going to hit it right away, because you looked at this week right here. Its taken was a massive drop off from the holidays. That's pretty big. Those are big drops, and then it rallied this weekend. But so it's going to break even. But Rachel Zegler, this is still going to be a failure for her, because it's not going to make any money. It might make enough money, as Dre points out, I like to say, might make enough money for a sandwich, but that's not going to, and it's just another L on her list. It's got,
and I'll be honest, like, I mean, I didn't expect this thing to even hit 200 million personally. I didn't think it'd make 200 million.
Neither did I. I was on the record.
I didn't think it'd make $200 million.
And
because I was like, man, the Marvels isn't going to make it. Ain't no way this will. But hey,
they
look,
shilled hard for this movie, though. They shilled hard.
Of course,
yeah,
of course. And what I would say is that there might be still, I won't call it a market, but there's still that generation of young girls that love those books, of the Hunger Game books, that are probably still going to see the films. And that's what I think that helped push this movie forward.
It's still
it definitely
weak,
wasn't
but
like the normie groups.
Yeah, it's still a weak opening, but it's not a failure. It broke even. It's going to start making money, because this is the second week or the third week?
This is third week, I think. We'll go back. This is now the start. This is third week. Yeah, this is third week.
Wait, Joe John said they actually said the real budget was over 300 million. So he admitted that it's higher.
I'm not even giving this guy. This guy doesn't get the time of day anymore.
Flop.
He doesn't get the time of day anymore. He can go play his fantasy games. Anyway, we've moved on.
So yeah, third week. So it's still got some legs in it. Probably another month
minuscule,
or two.
though. I'm not going to call it a success, though.
No, it's not a failure, though. It's weak, but it's decent. It's decent.
But to Dre's point, though, it hasn't justified its existence, though.
Exactly.
No,
and that's the kicker. That's the kicker, and that's like they didn't pull $100 million and maybe $50 million for whatever marketing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't put it out here just so it can make $300 million. That was not their plan. Their plan for this to pull at least 600, money to justify its existence, and that's the kicker. These Jones won't make enough money to justify their existences.
Yeah, it's the same thing on Wall Street. If you break even in a Wall Street investment, that's not considered a success. It's not considered a loss, but it's not considered a failure. So it's
you're not going. Your wife's not going to be naked in an apron cooking dinner for you that night. There's no prize at the end of that race.
No.
Oh no, there's no prize to be had here. No.
And this franchise is essentially completely dead now. I don't think they could convince the author to write another book just so they can make it into a movie, because that's what they did with this movie. It was created to make a movie. And
I'm sure they could, because Suzanne Collins doesn't really have a whole lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine she could be convinced.
But there's going to be this is all you get in a movie for Hunger Games now. And yes, another one wouldn't have the, let's just say, toxic baggage that is Ms. Rachel Zegler.
Yeah.
But what story is left to tell in that universe? You just told the prequel story of the main villain from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what this movie's about?
Yeah.
Yep. It's about young President Snow.
Yeah.
We have. I mean, okay. Look, I was never into Hunger Games. I saw one of those movies.
Yeah, I watched them when I was laid up.
The second one, I don't know, whatever the second one is. That's the one I saw.
Catching Fire.
There it is. There it is. That one I saw as whatever. I was with some
Yeah.
girl, whatever. Like so I went to go see that movie, but I never followed. I never read the books, so
Mhm.
I don't know what was going on. Irregardless, but
I
those
I'm a
movies were a hit. Those movies were hits. I
absolutely.
guess that was a decade ago, decade or so ago. So those movies were hits. So to come back and bring this IP back, I guess is a smart move. But
Mhm.
what I've used Rachel Zegler, come on,
Hold
you
on.
already know the answer to that.
Hold on a second.
I'm
Hold-
a little.
Hold on. Nobody's banned you. You're here. You're talking. I don't ban anybody.
Yep.
It's a free speech. It's a free speech platform. You can say whatever you want, and you've just been proven wrong. And we'll come back to Wish in a minute. So you can just
Yes.
I'll
Wish.
answer that.
You can't
Go
come
ahead.
back from nothing.
I didn't know Wish was
Yeah.
doing that bad.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
that's really bad. But
Yeah.
I'm a little ashamed to say it, but I'm probably the biggest Hunger Games fan on the panel. I've seen all the movies several times. I read the books through once when I was young. I was still in that teenage phase where I was the target audience.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the movies in a long time. But yeah, the first two are definitely the best movies. But I had no interest in this. I don't imagine I would have had interest even when I was a fan of this franchise because President Snow is a great character, but
And
I never really.
Prequels.
Yeah, prequels. I've never been a huge fan of prequels because they're rife with continuity issues. That
Yeah.
seems to be a hand in hand. If you're making a prequel, it's gonna hurt canon, and that's something I'm not okay with usually. So it didn't justify its existence before it even came out. Like just from the discussion, it didn't justify its existence. But there's no way it's getting a sequel. I don't know how the movie ends. I haven't seen Songbirds and Snakes.
I know she walks off into the forest and the last we see of her, and supposedly
So-
he poisoned her or something. I don't know.
So there might be room for a sequel of the prequel,
Of
but
him being super evil for 40 years. I don't
yeah, there's plenty of room in there, but there's no way that the box office has justified that.
It's-
By the CEO or the studio had a sandwich.
Lionsgate. Yeah, Lions. Was it Legendary or Lionsgate? It was
Oh,
Lionsgate.
Lionsgate.
Right? I keep making that
Lionsgate.
mistake.
Lionsgate did the first three, so I'm guessing
Yeah,
it's still.
I keep
or
wanting to
first
say
four.
Legendary, but it's Lionsgate. And yeah, they will have their sandwich, maybe a cup of coffee too. Yeah, but that's all it is. Because again, it's low budget meant that it had a lower threshold. We're not talking Marvels. We're not talking Wish, which again with a $200 million budget and probably higher, it needs 500 million. So for you to say that I have to. Oh wait, no, sorry, wrong one. Let me find your other rotation. So for you to say that I have to admit it's a long way to go. How about by the end of the month they're going to announce the digital release on Disney Plus? That's going to be the red flag. They did it with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem when that bombed in the office in less than a month. They announced its digital release before it was in the third week. That was a red flag. The white flag of surrender. So they're going to announce this very soon, probably, and it's going to fail. And this is flop because it will lose in the end probably $300 million.
Oh, easily.
Oh
because,
yeah, I honestly, I didn't think it was bombing this hard. I really didn't think it was this bad.
I didn't realize it was this bad either.
A long way to go before it's done. And to reply to the other thing, I don't know WW Pro. I don't know Valiant and Renegade. I know of them. While we're in the same swimming pool here, they are in a deeper end than I am. So I don't hang out with them. I don't know them. So whatever reason they banned you, I'm sure you probably earned it. You're obviously an annoying pest, but I'm not going to ban you because guess what? You're providing great interaction. So keep on talking, chump. Keep on talking. Oh, you'll take that bet. You'll take that bet. How about this? When it doesn't break even, when it loses hundreds of millions of dollars, how about you give me $100? How about that? And how about I give you nothing either way because I don't have to play your silly little games.
Can you pull up the day-by-day for Wish?
Sure. Let's look at that. It's a fun one.
That's crazy.
Look at that.
So yeah, this is the second week of Wish, and it hasn't broken $100 million yet. It had a 62% drop. At this point, it's probably going to make next week around 5 million,
5 million,
maybe 3 to 5 million, and then lower and lower and lower. There's no way this gets to 150 million. There's absolutely no way it gets there, which means it doesn't matter how long it has left. We admit it still has time left in the theater, but it doesn't matter how much time it has. If you're already at 7 million, in the second week of release.
Holiday
There's no way.
season and breaks coming. If they were so confident about this movie, they would have released it on Christmas, the actual holiday. But they knew they had a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good Lord. It will get
My
150 million easy.
Oh, there's no way.
Oh,
Do you
I don't
understand
know,
how
man.
math works? Well, obviously you don't because you can't even count. We've already proven that today.
Wait, but
So-
hold on. Wait a
Elemental
second.
Elemental
Elemental
did
Wait a
not
second.
rebound.
Hold on.
Make any money? We just showed you it didn't make any money. 468 million. It's a nice big number, but its budget was 200 million, which means it needed $500 million to break even. It didn't make money. Its legs led nowhere.
And
You seem to
Thanksgiving
fail
is
to understand
literally a holiday in the domestic box office. It literally is.
Thanksgiving is not a movie holiday like Christmas is.
No, it doesn't have the
Yeah,
same
I would
pull,
say
but
that.
yeah,
absolutely.
it's still a holiday. But yeah, no,
But it's not like the Christmas. It's not a Christmas holiday release. That's a real holiday release where people
Mhm.
going to the movies on Christmas Day is a thing. Never been my thing.
Well,
I like to stay
and-
warm, but
there's going to be a minor bump during Christmas break, but when you're this low, unless you're getting a plus 67% back to opening weekend numbers, there's no chance. So,
well, I'm glad it's a tradition for you and your girlfriend and her boyfriend. I'm really glad. Anyway, so this is what failure looks like, guys. Wish is what failure looks like. The Marvels is what
That's
failure
deep.
looks like.
Oh,
And
God.
back to the original topic. This is, and we could still segue back. This is why Bob Iger has a bad day.
Oh, yeah.
He has a bad day. He can't cover for any of this because it's all his fault. But he even now, this is him trying to this week dig out of the hole that he's
all right,
created for himself.
hold on.
Oh, got another one. Got another one.
I just want to prove real fast. Apparently, the numbers isn't a legitimate source. So, Box Office Mojo, the other major box office site, saying the exact same thing. So,
oh, okay, yeah.
Still not holding water there, mate.
Box Office Mojo, an IMDb
Mm-hmm.
entity, which is an entity, an arm of Amazon. So
That's correct.
if Amazon says these are true, then I think you got to hold that. All right. But what's true is that The Marvels is a failure, and Bob Iger is blaming everybody under the sun.
And he admitted they were all failures. That's very telling.
Yeah. And The Marvels suffered from lack of supervision on the set, says Bob Iger. This CEO admits studio has made too many sequels recently. So without reading the articles, because you can go check out my videos. We've all made videos on these. Bottom line is Bob Iger said this failed because there were not enough executives telling people what to do on the set during COVID. He blames COVID.
I mean,
How do
he's
you like
got to
that?
try to save face.
Yeah,
I mean, if
yeah.
he's going to these summits, he's got to try to find a way to spin this to his constituents and his investors on somehow, some way, even though the reality is sitting right in front of everyone.
Yeah.
These movies bombed or whatever the case may be because they're trash, and the viewing public is sick and tired of garbage, and they're
We
not
know
going to sit there and
exactly who
eat
you
garbage.
are. We know exactly who you are.
Are we in a portal? Is this 2020?
Goodness gracious, Lord.
Let's get in the Wayback Machine.
Joe, look, this is what I will say. Look, yes, did COVID have a role in its production?
He's doubling
Yes,
down.
of course it did. And now I'm about to give you credit, and then you go and do that. See, now, I'm trying to meet you halfway.
The strike helped this
I'm trying to
movie
meet you
because
I
halfway.
bet you love those saggies, don't you, Joe? Love those saggies.
Look. Yeah, did COVID have effect on certain production of certain films? Absolutely. It's not up for debate. It's what it is. But to say that is the reason why these films bombed is completely unacceptable. The viewing public wants nothing to do with these films. Now, as far as the Hollywood strike is concerned, that's got nothing to do with these films that have been in post-production for a year and a half.
Mhm.
It's got nothing to do with it whatsoever.
And
Hunger
the
Games has a
Games-
massively lower budget.
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to hit its break-even mark, despite the fact that I hate it's going to. It is, and I can admit I was wrong. I said it would not make its break-even weeks ago, months ago, but it did. See, I'm a man. I have testicles. You obviously don't. I can say I'm wrong. I was wrong about it, just like I was wrong about Avatar 2, that whole debacle. And so
Yeah,
was
that was
Dre,
crazy.
and so was Jed. We were all wrong. We didn't
Oh, yeah.
understand
I've been
it.
embarrassed for the world that Avatar 2
Yeah, so
did
am
as
I.
well as it did.
So am
Yeah,
I.
made that much
And-
money.
but-
Holy crap.
We get wrong. I can admit I was wrong, but the Hunger Games will hit its break even because it's lower budget. And
Yeah,
we showed you the
it's-
numbers.
So, but we're not allowed to use numbers and facts, right? We just
No,
have to
no.
go off headlines. That's
And
the
when
only,
I
that's
am
the only
wrong, I
credible
admit it.
thing.
You obviously can't admit you're wrong, little John Joe. You can't admit that, but you can give it. Could still.
Wish there's no way it's getting to $500 million.
Oh,
Break
no.
even. Do you not
Oh
get this?
no.
Do you not get this? You can't.
Yo, John.
Good
This
job.
show has to make
This
at
dude.
least
This needs to be
$500 million.
Be a troll. Is this real? Is one of you doing a sock puppet account just to
It's
make
not
this fun for us
me.
to make?
Is this
somebody
a
in the chat
MCU
making
fan?
Is this our MCU fan? Do we have an MCU fan now? Do we?
Oh, I'm getting too old for this.
I want you to take this to Jeremy, and I want you to ask him if we have our own MCU fan now. I want you to show him some of this and ask him, is this qualify as an MCU fan? Because that's such deep lore at this point. I don't even know if the real MCU fan's even there anymore.
And he's still around. Yep,
he is?
still
Okay.
around.
Okay. I need an expert opinion, and Jeremy's an expert opinion on these kinds of people. So I want to know, and I want to know this. So no, this is what reality looks like. Reality is this is failure. Reality is passing the blame around. Reality is that Bob Iger is has such a weak hand that when he tells the world, let's boycott Elon Musk, Elon can go, hey, Bob, fuck you. And make a joke of it because Bob Iger has no power. Disney has no power. That's what this boils down to. That's where I wanted to go with this one now. When Bob Iger tells the world to boycott X and people start canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions when he says boycott X, what does that tell you about Disney's strength? What does it tell you about Bob Iger's influence at this point?
He's got none.
He's got
It's
none.
over.
And the richest man in the world, just shows you he's not afraid of a pissant weatherman who has ruined what was once the pinnacle of Western entertainment. Disney lived at the top of the mountain. It was there. I grew up with it. I watched it. I was talking about it last night at my mom was at a birthday dinner. I was saying we were talking about all the glorious live action Disney stuff from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, where a lot of famous actors today got their start as child actors when it was wholesome and good. And also all this great stuff. So we talk about that. And then you grew up, and then, yes, it kind of flopped a little bit, got weak in the knees during the 80s. But then Michael Eisner comes in 89 and says, I have an idea. Let's start making fresh cartoon movies on some classic fables. We'll give them the Disney happy ending twist. That's fine. We all accept that. It was Disney. And then let the Renaissance begin. Let it begin. Let's make a whole new generation of fans. And I watched it. People as a kid, it was the thing. People were singing. You think people were singing the Frozen songs? No. Go back to the late 80s, early 90s, into the aughts. That's where the songs were being sung. Those songs were sung as kids. That was Disney. That's when it had power, had influence. Everybody bought the merch. Everybody wanted those VHSs back in the day and they wanted to get them before they were put back in the vault, and they disappeared, and they became something tangible you needed to have because you couldn't just walk in the store and get it. You couldn't march on to Disney Plus and get the stream and rent it for a minute. No, you had to own it, get your hands on it. But then, boom. Now,
and if Disney were doing so well this year, how do you explain the stock? Stock's at a massive lowest since the 90s, with the exception of COVID. It's at COVID levels. So can't use COVID because it recovered from COVID, and now it's back down to COVID numbers this year.
Hussein, yes, Kurt Russell got his start in Disney, and as the stories go, Walt himself wanted Kurt Russell to take over because Kurt believed in everything that Walt wanted to do for family-friendly entertainment. So
those old movies were great. Like
they're
the Computer
great.
Wore Tennis
Oh,
Shoes.
yeah. Oh, those movies are good.
Yeah. All those movies are great. Welcome back, Dragon Lady. So that is what Disney used to be, but here it is now. It has no influence. Disney Lucasfilm lost $1 billion this year. When you include all the money they sank into every Disney Plus Disney Star Wars show that has not earned anything.
Which have been announced to have theatrical film size budgets.
Willow.
How much money are they getting back from those?
Willow. How good did Willow do? Willow did so great. Disney stripped it from all its services to get a tax write-off. It was so bad. It made so little money. Its only worth is to get a tax write-off. That's how good Willow did. And then we said Indiana Jones lost all the money. So Lucasfilm makes no money. High Republic, complete and utter failure, has less than 10,000 people that buy into it. When at its peak, the EU had millions of people buying the products from books to video games to comics. That is success. Pixar. What did Pixar find success with this year? Oh, nothing. Buzz Lightyear. We forgot about Buzz Lightyear, didn't we?
We did forget about
this
Lightyear.
year.
That was this year.
Was it?
That was this year. That was.
There's so much crap. It's hard to keep track.
We forget about the Pixar part of this. We talk so much about the Disney Studios live action, the Disney Lucasfilm, the MCU. You forget that Pixar didn't make. Oh, what? You found the number?
I pulled up Lightyear.
Pull it up.
Look how much they made.
Pull it up. Let's do it.
Look how much they made on DVD sales.
Don't do this to me.
Let's do it. I love this.
Oh no!
Ooh, that's ouch.
Oh
Wow.
no!
Lightyear. Okay, it
A
was
$200 million
Okay.
budget movie. Okay, so it was last year.
2022.
But
It was
still,
last
there's
year.
so
I'm
much
about to say,
shit.
thank God. I'm about to say,
There's
don't
so
do me like
much
that.
shit.
Don't
Like,
make
my
you
brain
forget.
don't
It's like
work like that.
Your old man brain can't be that bad off, yeah. But that's the thing. Like Pixar has had nothing but failure. What was that one that was all about representation? Strange World. What was it called?
Oh,
Strange
yeah, that
World.
came out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
No,
last
come on.
year.
That had to be 2022. Okay, don't do this.
That one was a massive flop. No, we're showing you the evidence, John Joe. We're showing you the evidence that Disney doesn't make money. We're not
It's a
reading back.
consistent track.
It's called
Oh my
history.
God.
It's called evidence, receipts.
Holy shit! Look at
Oh
this.
my God!
No, but this is called
Oh
people
my
don't
God.
want what Disney is selling. It makes the point. And you could see it all this year. Disney has no
Look
relevance.
how
They have no
big
influence. They're
this
losing
flop
it.
was.
Yeah.
It made 69 million worldwide.
Yeah,
Goodness
that needed
gracious.
300 million to break even.
Yo, I
And
didn't
there you
even
go.
know.
There you go. That's
Oh,
$200 million.
that's worse than I remember.
Oh my
Well,
God!
nobody wanted to remember because it was all about representation, inclusion. Must stick your dick in your ear. That's what it
Oh,
was.
God.
That's what it was. All about. So there you
But
go.
yeah, this is $200 million budget.
Oh,
It doesn't.
snap.
What
It
site are
got
you
200.
What a disgust.
Um,
I swear,
hey,
is
genius,
this a real person?
genius. Hey, look! Wow, it's can't see it. Oh my God!
Are you a real person or are you an AI, John Joe? I mean, thank you for providing us with a great 100th episode.
Oh my
Thank you
God!
for being here and making this entertaining for that chat. If you've had a good time today, hit that like button. If you've had a good time thanks to this little clown, hit that like button because we've had a lot of fun. I didn't expect to have this much fun today.
Oh,
I
thought
didn't
we
think
were
so
gonna-
either.
We were going to go through the
I
motions.
have a question.
We're-
I-
CNBC, that's your source. Arm of the far left wing media. Yeah. Hang on. Dre's got to go. Dre's got to go. Like get a drink now. He's got to get some.
Dude,
Dre
I-
never gets up to walk it off. That's how bad this is. Dre never gets up to walk it off.
I have one question for John. Do you think the theaters take no money? Because that would be the only
Wait.
way that your argument makes sense.
Wait a minute.
Do the
Wait a
theaters
minute,
take
wait a
money
minute,
in
wait a
your
minute.
mind?
Wait a minute. Wait.
There's always one.
Wait.
No, we're
You didn't
laughing
say
at you.
CNBC,
We're
did
laughing at you because you're a moron.
That can't be true. That can't be true. You didn't cite CNBC. That can't be accurate. No way. Let me look at this. Let me look at
Oh
the chat
my God.
myself.
Go
Let
ahead.
me
Go
look at
ahead.
chat myself. Hold on.
Dre, do you need glasses yet? Because I've needed glasses for. 30 years.
Oh,
Do you need glasses?
okay. See, I
I know.
John, you keep saying you keep saying these movies are a success if they get over the reported budget. Well,
That's not how it works,
218
genius.
That's not how it works. That's why I'm asking, do the theaters not take any money in your mind? Because it would have to get much higher than the reported budget. That's not us adding in numbers. That's us saying, hey, theaters want money too. Wow. So yeah, Lightyear, flop. Indiana Jones, flop. All these things flops from the theater cut alone, not even taking in marketing to account. The average theater take is between 40 and 60% in the United States. And then you have the massive cut that China takes on the top of all that.
I've got nothing left to say.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left. Look, see, John,
There's always
I was trying to
more.
meet you halfway a couple of times there, player, but now you're.
Jason's a nice
now-
one here. See, Jason,
I'm trying my best, but you can't be citing CNBC and then talking about something that's not partial or whatever your word you're using. Like, come on, bruh. You can't. Of all sites, CNBC, which has been protecting every major media outlet to make sure it don't look stupid or ridiculous, that is your site? Come on now. Come on. No, it's not a reputable news source. What are you talking about?
We're talking about somebody who thinks the strikes were legitimate, who thinks they were important, that
Alright,
all these
look,
poor little actors and there's writers needed their money. That's what we're talking about here.
You know, we're talking to a man
I
who
tried
thinks
to
a
help
movie's
you.
successful if it
I,
hits the
I
budget.
can't even drink this hot chocolate now that I've got in my hand.
Don't burn yourself.
Risk of choking
Don't burn
on
yourself.
it.
Be careful.
Laughter.
Be careful. Be careful. I don't want you to burn yourself.
It's
oh,
all right.
God.
I'm just.
It's
laughing
not conspiracy theory to say that the theaters take money.
Oh, this was worth my time. Adam, I gotta thank you for this 100 special. This was completely
I didn't
worth
hire
my
anybody static. You know I don't have the money for that.
this was completely
This
worth
was
my
a
time.
gift. This was
Oh.
manna from heaven today. We have had a fun one, and we haven't even got to the trailer breakdowns yet.
Oh,
We haven't got to the trailer
God.
breakdowns yet. So yeah, this is.
Oh, this was worth it. I was
There's
not
no
feeling my
debunking your
best earlier
source.
today.
It's
This
just-
was perfect.
We showed you actual hard numbers, and you come up with your own numbers from sources that are, to use your terminology, slanted.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Showed
CNBC
you the
has
numbers.
a bias. Numbers just puts the numbers out there.
Oh, that's
It doesn't
great.
have opinions. I've
Oh,
never
that's
seen
tremendous.
any opinions from the
I've
numbers
never
or
seen
box office
anybody
numbers.
discredit the numbers before.
Mm-mm.
That's
Oh,
I found
that's
it
good.
because other more,
It's
more
the
successful
site that
channels use
big-
it. We all go to.
Yeah, the numbers and Box Office Mojo are the sites that big reputable sources in your mind use, like Forbes, like I don't know, Variety, like The Independent. They all use this source. We're just going to the source rather than going through a full article and having to highlight the numbers individually. It's
Oh
all in
my
one place.
goodness.
All
It's the same source that they use. So
Oh, that was worth it.
It
You
was
almost
worth
made my do-rag come off.
Oh,
Holy
man.
crap.
All right, anyway,
That's
so
funny.
We've made
it's still
our
the
case.
money spent, John. It's still the money the studio spends. So the studio needs to get that money back to get a return on their investment. So they spend the money, they have to recoup the money. It's
Admit
not
I'm
rocket
being-
science.
Admit we're being lazy. All right, you know what? We're moving on. We're moving
Yeah.
on.
Look, what's
we
next
had our
on
fun.
the docket,
We've had our
Adam?
fun
What's
with
next on
this
the
idiot,
docket?
with this clown. He's provided entertainment for everybody.
Oh,
But
my God.
Good.
at the end of the day, Bob Iger is a failure. I wanted to get more out of that, but this ate up more time than I wanted. We're gonna move on because we are on a time limit. I got to get to Engage in an hour. Fallout TV show trailer. Have you guys seen the Fallout TV show trailer yet?
Yes.
Yes. Who has
Not
played Fallout in
interested
any way, shape, or
since
form?
Not interested since I'm not into the game, so
Okay.
can't really comment.
No, so Jed
Oh.
and I both played. You played 3 in New Vegas, right? Or just New Vegas?
I played 4 in New Vegas.
Okay.
Played Fallout?
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
I played Fallout 4, most of it. It got really easy, so I kind of put it on the shelf, and I lost all my save data. So if I ever do it again, start game might be a fun time around the show coming out to start up a fresh Fallout game. We might do that. Chat, do you want to do that? You want to do that? You want to do that? We might do that in a couple months. Because in February, or was it April? Was it April or February? We'll find out in a minute. I forget. In April and February, we're getting the Fallout TV show. Now, this is Amazon Prime. Amazon, who's brought us such glorious adaptations like Wheel of Prime, Rings of Power. So we trust Amazon about as far as we can throw it when it comes to making shit.
Oh boy.
Now our friend Dermy Wormy, who we give a lot of shit, but Dermy does his due diligence when he gets ready for
That he
stuff.
does.
Yes. And he's a resident LGBTQ plus representation
Oh yeah,
on streams.
yeah. I mean, yeah. You know what? Should I play the
Yes.
Okay, all right. Jed says yes. Okay, hang on. Just so you understand, for those of you who are new around here, Dermy is out. Listen, he's a retard, but he's our retard, and we love the little gay bastard. I mean, this is what you get when you're dealing with Dermy. Where is it?
I'm trying to talk about all sorts of topics on my show, and it's like, no, I can't talk about topics. I can't talk about topics. I can barely grab onto myself. God damn, I used to always be on top. Got really weird when I got cornered by a bunch of old guys.
I thought you were gonna play the butt dial.
Oh, I am going to. I just need a second to bring it up. I got.
So yeah, Dre, Jeremy butt dialed me on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, left an audio file in my Twitter on accident.
Yeah.
I sent it to Adam. He had some fun with it.
Yeah.
He played it on Ballbusters. It's not pretty. Let's say this is not for the PG of ears.
Mean, for those. Oh, that's what the hell. That's not what I want. Come on. Copy and paste. I'm a boomer. Give me a second. Didn't copy what I wanted there. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again.
Dermy's an endless. He's an endless meme. He's the living meme. Is Dermy.
He's a living meme. Listen, he brings it upon himself. I mean, he makes it easy. But for those who don't know, if you're going to wear Dermy, his day job, he works at a truck stop. He does favors for individuals.
He turns tricks.
Okay, yeah. Jed went ahead and said it. Okay.
And we've got a certain individual in the chat who doesn't think so good, so we got to spell it out.
Yeah, okay. And like you said, he sent Dermy butt dialed Jed on the weekend. I get a message from Jed, says Dermy butt dialed me. This is really weird. I was like, can I hear it? He's like, yeah, I'll send it to you. I'm gonna use some Ballbusters, and here's just a little tidbit of Dermy on at work.
No. Yeah. Yes. Oh my
God. I can barely grab onto myself.
Oh God, yes.
Now I gotta admit, I failed a little bit. I should have put Big Daddy in there. I was moving.
Yes,
you
Big Daddy would be good.
You did need that.
I forgot to put Big Daddy in there. All the hard work I did to getting him to say Big Daddy for just a moment like that, and I forgot it. But I was working quickly in that moment. I just threw it together.
That was good. That was good work.
So yeah, Adam did make that. The real butt dial was just pocket noise, but
unintelligible pocket.
I could hear like the rumbling of his voice in the background, but it wasn't anything special.
Yeah, but see, Dermy, awesome. all good fun. Dermy does his work on his own channel. Go check out Dermy Wormy. I'm there every Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern on Ballbusters. Dermy does his good work. He does his research stuff, and he recently found an article on his own video. Go check it out there, where the creator of the Fallout show has pretty much said this show is going to be agenda-driven. Pretty much says it. I couldn't find it in time, and I didn't have time today to get it from Dermy. But let's watch the trailer, and let's see what we think. So let's do it.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
Now, right away, female protagonist doesn't mean anything because you can choose your gender.
This is very Fallout 4.
Yeah.
This whole trailer feels very Fallout 4, which isn't good for some people. Like a lot of the classic fans of the franchise hate Fallout 4 from what I've heard. I enjoyed it. It's the first one I'd ever played, but I understand that there's a lot of criticism for it. So for diehard Fallout fans, this is not what they wanted. So this is appealing to not the hardcore fan base. I think that is a misstep, at least at this juncture.
Yeah. So this is not a deciding factor for me. Her behavior in the show will be a deciding factor for me when we get to the review.
So a quick question. Oh,
yes, go ahead, Trey.
So do we know which Fallout this is based on?
No, it's original.
It's his own story.
You're going to see in a second.
Okay.
You'll see it's Vault 33. This is a new vault. It's not one of the vaults we know. See, there it is, 33. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a new
This is what we said this last week when we heard the announcement. This is the Fallout has a unique position where they can tell a story and actually adapt something that doesn't need to adhere to the video games because there are so many vaults out there. We don't need a 1, 2, 3, or 4 New Vegas. We don't need those stories.
Yeah,
agree
there's
with
not
that.
a whole lot of lore for them to stick to as long as they get the world building. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yes, like when the Holocaust happened, the nuclear Holocaust happened, that needs to be consistent. But besides that and the world building, this isn't like something like where they're going to ruin characters that people have come to know and love. This isn't. They're not going to be able to contradict a whole lot. Set it in a new city, keep the world building and the feel of it, and they've got a really good shot at keeping an accurate, because there's a very low bar for accuracy.
The protagonist is always just you. It's however you play it. So
Exactly.
You're not trying to. There's nothing to ruin of that. And there again, like Jet said, there's a lot of world that goes on. There is a lot of lore in the world, and we have to see that how they do that, and we get some of that in this trailer. Now,
I like that.
We like that, but only when he was involved. After he wasn't involved, Westworld.
Wait, did he pull?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he did pull out Westworld. He sure did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. His wife took over. So just to preface my thoughts on this trailer a little bit, I don't know Fallout very much. I played Fallout 4, like I said, Fallout 76, or New Vegas. I always say 76 when I mean New Vegas, but I played each of them once a few years ago. So I have very little investment in this franchise, but from what I know, a lot of the look seems accurate. A lot of the costumes look great. The set design, the Predwin or whatever, the Brotherhood of Steel looks great. But of course, this is still Amazon. This is still the people who bastardized Rings of Power, Wheel of Time.
Was made in 2023, will air in 2024.
It has writers from the Tomb Raider deal.
We're going to see that in a second, yeah.
Need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here.
Okay, so doesn't say he's involved though. So that's a thing.
If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
All right, now they got dog meat in there. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually dog meat.
You know what I mean, though.
It's
you know what I mean.
essentially
It's dog.
It's supposed to
they're
make
trying to
you
do a
think of dog.
callback.
Yeah.
They're trying to do a callback to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Todd Howard. Oh, yeah, I have an article for that. He says they want this to be Fallout 5. They consider this. Oh, so you're right, Jay Fraser. Yeah, he is involved because I forgot I had the article. I found the article that this is supposed to be. They consider this Fallout 5. I'll bring up the article when we're done here.
Yeah. I don't know why they did free 2-day shipping.
That's retarded.
That sounds off.
I get bringing in the boys. It's one of their biggest shows. Like that one makes sense, but free 2-day shipping.
I mean, seriously, do you really want to break the mood of the trailer by saying, "Remember, get free 2-day shipping with Amazon Prime"?
But why?
They should have put like Reacher there or the Terminal List.
Yeah, they're successful shows. They're shows that people actually watched.
That's funny. Okay,
Yeah.
I give them credit. That's funny. Free 2-day shipping. I didn't know the studio made it.
All right, there's Brotherhood of Steel. I hope I don't get claimed for this music. I probably.
But the music seems accurate. A lot of the games that I'm familiar with, they like that old timey music. It had a certain. It gave a certain feel to the game. These ships look great.
And here comes powered armor. See that? That looks good.
Armor looks good.
Tomorrow, so they say.
Look at that. That is good. Looks good.
That looks great.
The
Yeah, the armor looks
jukebox.
good.
Yeah, the armor look good. The effects look good. And those are practical. Those are suits. People are walking.
Oh, and I love practical effects.
A
The
bright
vault
blue
looks
sun
good.
will
I don't know why they would be
shine
fighting in a vault.
I don't know why
Yeah, I
they're
don't know
freaking
what's
out in the
going on
vault.
there.
I mean, now we don't have any story from this trailer. This is just a bunch of imagery and one-liners. We get nothing from this.
I love this set here. We only get a little bit of it, but this looks just like a lot of locations in the games. Kind of look like the city Pan Am's from, or It's been a long time since I played Piper.
okay.
Piper. It seems a lot like the city Piper was from in Fallout 4. And just this feels Fallout to me, and that's something I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I cheated on Piper with the redhead. Or was she the redhead?
No. That was Callie. Something with the C.
Kate.
Yeah,
Kate was the redhead.
Kate. It's Kate. Yep.
I kirked it up with all of them. I just kirked it up. As they came along, I just went for it every
Kate,
time.
how is my seed?
But I don't want you.
All right, so
the ghoul. All right. Here's the thing.
A lot of people are having problems with him.
Yeah. Now, Walton Goggins, great actor, great TV actor. Everybody usually enjoys him when he's in. But we're talking about the design of the ghoul here.
Yes.
Jed, you're privy to discussions going on in the Ballbusters DM room. They're all talk about the eyes and this and that. How do you feel about the eyes in this?
I don't know. So again, I'm not super invested in Fallout. I'm very interested in it. It's fun. I've enjoyed the time I spent in the Fallout universe. But from what I saw in the games, there's the major difference between feral and non-feral ghouls. And I saw a lot of variety from non-feral ghouls. Mm-hmm. And I looked up a bunch of photos of ghouls from Fallout 4 specifically, but a lot of the other games as well. And there was variety. Some had glowing eyes, some had black eyes, some had human eyes, and some were on various versions of decay, like how long had they been a ghoul affects how much their body's been decayed. There's a lot of variety when it comes to what a ghoul looks like. And from my limited experience, very, very limited, this seems to fit in aesthetically with what is possible for a ghoul.
Okay.
But it might just be a matter of, hey, it's more expensive to do glowing eyes and stuff like that. So this was a budgetary restraint.
Maybe he can't handle contacts or something.
Maybe.
Some people can't handle contacts.
Like Daniel Radcliffe in the Harry Potter films.
And we know like the stories from Supernatural back in the day, the yellow-eyed demon, Azazel.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's, his contacts, he couldn't see a goddamn thing behind those contacts. Mm-hmm. He was blind during those scenes. So we don't know.
I don't have a problem with this. I understand what other people do, but at this point, for me, this trailer has no real red flags except for the one at the end with the vault
we'll get
guy that we'll get to.
We'll get that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's Amazon, so I don't trust it, but I do like what I saw in this trailer.
Yeah, like you, this thing, I'm not a Fallout enthusiast enough to be put off by maybe the eyes aren't right. That's not a deal breaker, game changer. I'm again like you. I only played Fallout 4. I didn't even finish it. I put over 100 hours into it, but I was just randomly doing shit. I was nailing out the DLC. I was in the park DLC run by the gangs when I left off.
I never played the DLCs.
Okay. Well, I got the Game of the Year edition, which gave me everything. So I had it all. It was a great deal, like $15, and I got everything. It's good.
Nice.
Deal. Yeah. Problem was, it had downloading problems. So at one point, I had to delete the whole thing and re-download it. And I was so afraid I'd lose all my save data. But it worked. It was fine. But I did lose all my save data when my PS4's hard drive died last year, and I had to replace it. It was one of the few things I couldn't save. I saved a bunch of stuff, but I didn't get around to saving that before it literally ate itself. But that's all I know is Fallout 4. And I enjoyed my time with it enough. Again, that was during my downtime in 2016, 2017 when I was recovering and I couldn't go anywhere, couldn't move around a lot. So I played just about anything I could get my hands on if I hadn't played it before. And this was something I could sink my teeth into, like I said, for over 100 hours. So it provided me with some entertainment. But again, the Ghoul, done by Walton Goggins, good actor, good TV actor. So we'll probably get a good performance from him.
Tomorrow, unless I see it with you.
Okay.
The
Cyclops Man in the vault. I don't get this.
It doesn't make sense because something like that, I could see a mutation like this existing out in the world, but they are in a vault. They are protected from the outside world.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not supposed to have mutations. They're not, unless there was a leak. None of them should have any radiation poisoning or anything like that. So this doesn't make sense. I've never seen a Cyclops in the games. I don't know if there were
I don't know.
in 1, 2, 3, or the games I haven't played. There might have been Cyclopses, but I never encountered any. And it just feels weird and out of place. It doesn't feel right that a vault dweller should have one eye.
We need a more hardcore Fallout lore guy to tell us if Cyclops ever appeared in the game, because I don't know that. So
I grabbed a moldy one.
Moldy one.
That's a terrible joke to put in a trailer.
Yeah. Auto guns are your friend when you make your base. They're your friend.
Yes. I like the droids.
All right. There you go. Hang on. There you go.
Yeah, that droid looks perfect.
Yeah, and then what's his name? That's jeez.
He's a great actor. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and How I Met Your Mother. That's what I know.
And also
from.
Twin Peaks, original Dune. Kyle MacLachlan. That's it. Kyle MacLachlan. Kyle MacLachlan, fantastic actor. Obviously, he's.
I didn't even recognize him.
He's old now. But I love Kyle MacLachlan in just about anything he does. So that's that. The cast looks okay so far. I don't have a problem with the names that are in here.
No.
And obviously, that must be our protagonist's father. That's what I'm going to say due to clear the age gap. So that might
be a fair guess at this point.
That might be part of her story. Something to do with her dad. Giant mutant bear pulling an exo armor. I guess. Okay. Is she pregnant?
Is she? I didn't see.
Hang on. That looks like
I think she's just leaning back.
That looks like a baby bump to me.
All right, let's look at it again. That looks like where you put the baby bump.
It looks like she's leaning back.
No. Look at the side. Look at the side.
Hang on. I'm saying prayers. Let me jump back.
Look at that.
That's Preggers.
All right, yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
Preggers.
from the side profile.
Yeah,
that's a whole baby.
So I don't know. Pregnant lady firing a machine gun. I don't know. Again, Jeremy did his research, has an article. I will try and get that for a later conversation. I'll ask him for it because I couldn't find it in my quick research today when I had the moment to get ready for the show. He says that they are going to focus on agenda, and if we've got a pregnant lady shooting a machine gun, I'm a little uneasy about
in
that.
isolation, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But like you're saying, pregnancy has been weaponized before. I mean, just look at what the pregnant Spider Woman in it can be weaponized, but in the context of this story, I'm sure there could be like, hey, the vault got attacked, everyone, all hands on deck, everyone's
she's got shrapnel in her eye. I mean, clearly she's got battle damage right there. So.
Yeah, like I can see a justification for it, but with the whole, it has been weaponized in the past, it could absolutely be weaponized for woke points here.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Brotherhood of Steel, that's their special
that looks
ship.
Great. The
What's their ship
Predwin,
called?
I think.
The
Predwin?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. There's them getting the lore right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
But if that's the Predwin's usually in the Commonwealth, at least from what I know. So Boston area. So is this taking place in a similar location?
So the Predwin travels all over, up and down the East Coast. Okay. So it ends up like in Fallout 4. It arrives at the Commonwealth once you get towards.
Okay.
I think like early in the main quest, it arrives in the Commonwealth. So it's a traveling military is the best way I can describe the Brotherhood of Steel. So yeah. So technically they can be anywhere they travel.
And and that looks good though. That looks good.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
All right, it's a flashback for the ghoul. And there's the nuclear holocaust. That's a pretty good scene right there. All right. Let me see when it's going to tell us when it's. I think it said April. Yeah. April 12th. April 12th. Well, all right. So, what do you guys think? I'll let you guys go first, Jed. Just on the trailer alone.
Yeah, I had no intentions of watching when I heard it was announced and leading up to it, but after this trailer, I'm open to watching it. There is enough that I like about it, especially visually. Visually, it feels like Fallout, that I'll give it a chance. Again, it's Amazon. Rings of Power exists.
Grain of salt.
Wheel of Time exists, so I expect it to be bad, but it's given me enough motivation to give it a shot.
Yeah. So, Dre?
Yeah, as someone that actually worked on those games back in the day.
Yeah, I forgot. God damn. Damn.
So yeah, those definitely reflect what Fallout feels like. So I'm aesthetically impressed with how well it looks like Fallout and it feels like Fallout. So I'm very, very impressed. But once again, I have to
Amazon.
quantify.
Amazon.
We've seen this type of stuff before, or something that looks aesthetically pleasing, like it's gonna be the way it's supposed to be, and then monkey wrench. But luckily, this is the right franchise that can actually play around with a lot of cool, fun ideas that isn't necessarily canon. If Todd Howard says it's canon, I guess it's fine. But as far as like a continuation of the story, you can go anywhere with it because this is an RPG in which you are the main character and you do a bunch of whatever stuff. So far, I've got no complaints. It looks like fall, except for the stuff like and Jed mentioned it. The radiation stuff for the vault dwellers, that was kind of weird. Like the Cyclops vault dweller, that was kind of strange. Because they're immune to the radiation, hence the vault. But whatever. Who knows? Maybe they opened it, let somebody in. I don't know. But outside of that, I got no complaints. I think this looks decent.
Dragon Lady, you don't care.
Not really. My apologies to original
Paul
Paul Atreides on there. My apologies to him.
That's fine. All right. So as for myself, based on the trailer, I'm going to be all over reviewing this. I'm going to review it. And now, considering we are all, and with Dre's heavy investment in this, and Jed ready to watch it, you guys can expect me to review it and then us to discuss it in April. So you guys are going to get a whole lot of coverage of Fallout from us. As how do I feel about this? Again, I agree with what you guys say. It has the right look, the right aesthetic. No real major red flags in the trailer. Again, there's some articles out there, this and that. Dermy has access to this. If I had time, I would have invited this dumbass on here today, but I didn't have time. Maybe we'll get him on here next week, talk about it, or a subsequent show as we get closer, because he's going to watch it and he's probably going to review it. But based on the trailer, I said this earlier in the week, I need to see the show to see how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Female protagonist, not a problem. If they turn her into a crybaby whammons, then we'll have a problem. But if she actually behaves like a total fish out of water, I'm completely incompetent because I'm a goddamn vault dweller and I know nothing, then maybe we got a chance. And so I'm ready. I'm ready for this, and I'm excited because first quarter review shows, they're piling up. Because after this, oh boy, now this is gonna. I think we're gonna have a different reaction to this one now. Halo Season 2.
Haven't seen this trailer yet.
Oh. Now, there is one notable absence in this trailer, and I'll remark on that in the end. But Halo Season 1, we were all there. That was a complete disaster. It was god-awful. The silver timeline should be obliterated. But no, it's going to keep going. So let's have some fun with this one. And this one, I'm pretty sure Paramount's going to hit us, but we're a stream. That's why we do it for streams, not videos. All right.
You deserve the truth.
Hey, his helmet's off already.
Great start. Just a fantastic start.
And it kind of spoils where they left us off, where Cortana took over his body and actually acted like the Master Chief for the first time in the whole season in that moment. That was great. He acts like he does nothing the whole time, and then right at the end, when the woman AI takes over the man's body, when she transitions into the Master Chief.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
Don't think too hard. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Then the Master Chief does super badass shit and owns the field. Before that, not so much.
No.
Right. Race swap still there. Oh, she's back.
I didn't watch the show, so I don't know who anyone is.
That's one of Master Chief's Spartan teammates.
Is that the one who dyed her hair with
the pink
gun grease?
With the gun grease. Yeah, that's the one who dyed her hair with gun grease.
Jed, if you didn't watch it, you missed nothing.
You missed some funny shit.
I did watch some people's reviews though, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean that thing was a glorious disaster of bad special effects. Now I don't know who this is. This is a new character. She wasn't in it before.
Is it replacing the young girl, Key to Everything?
Well, all right, you brought it up now. I will mention it. Young Korean Wham Band's girl boss in training, Key to Everything, was not present in this trailer.
No.
She is conspicuously absent. And she was one of the worst things about that show. She was horrifically bad in it. So here we are. This is Reach. So they're doing the fall of Reach. We're going to see Reach turn to glass.
The Marine who makes this stand with us.
The glass in it
will not survive the day. For every moment that we hold the enemy at bay, more innocent people can escape. When they do, they will go forth.
And there's Dr. Whammons from the last time, who was a horrible, horrible person in everything she did.
And tell the story that you write today.
Still has his helmet off. Still has his helmet off.
You will be remembered.
And just stopping for purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So they've changed Cortana's look. This is the new Cortana. Drastically looks different. Looks more human than the last version we got, which was a complete weird AI creation in the last season.
That is not Cortana. That's the girl that bags groceries at Whole Foods.
Still not Cortana. You're right. Still not Cortana. Oh, look, the halo. Look, guys, the halo. We actually see it. All right, and then they're gonna.
I can't believe they made a season 2 after.
I'm so glad
the backlash to season 1.
I'm so glad they have. Listen. I live for reviewing this trash at this point. It's so easy because it's fun. I admit it. It's sick fun for me to wait for that horrible moment where it just destroys it even more. Yeah, they haloed. They haloed everybody. They actually showed the halo. Now, in this minute 37 seconds, which of course this is the teaser trailer. We've got another month and a half before we get to it. Dre, are you going to review this again?
I don't know, man. I like, okay. All right, let me be fair. Let me just strictly give my opinion based on the trailer alone.
Okay, go.
The trailer itself looks like Halo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The trailer alone looks like Halo. Explosions, alien monsters, swords, all the great stuff. But I'm completely soured on it because of the previous season.
We know what it looks like on the inside.
Exactly. Like I've taken this girl out to dinner and she's terrible. All right. Like it's I've already been there. So would I review it? I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe. Definitely maybe. We'll see how the new year goes. Mm-hmm. If the new year, if I moved to do so in the new year, okay, maybe. Definitely maybe. That's how I'll go. I would definitely maybe.
Mm-hmm. Jed, you don't care, do you?
No, I didn't watch season 1. I have no intentions of watching season 2. I played Halo 4, the story, and that's it. So I don't have a whole lot of investment in this franchise. I feel bad for the fans of it, but
taking place in the events prior to Halo, where Master Chief arrives on the Halo, because now they're first doing the Fall of Reach here, where the Covenant's going to glass it. So that's where we are in this. Either way, as for myself and Dragon Lee, you never played it, so I know you don't care either.
No, I don't care. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. As I said, I'm all in. I know Dermy's going to be in, even though when I said to Dermy, hey, Dermy, Halo Season 2, his immediate response was, fuck you. That was his response as soon as I said, Halo 2. He said, fuck you. That was his response. So Jeremy will review it. A bunch of other people I know will review as well. But to Dre's point, what he said, just like, remember the first original Halo trailers for season 1? They showed you all the action. They showed you the Master Chief getting handed the gun, all stuff. Like, yeah, they showed stuff. And as we predicted back then, those were in the beginning and the end. Then there were 7 episodes in between where we had to watch the Master Chief go have sex for the first time. Yeah, I know. This, it feels like it's going to be the same damn thing. They are going to
just taking a page out of Dread.
Yeah.
Just Dread the movie, the Color Urban one. Just make that in space. And
like I said,
it.
My reviews are still up. You can go to the playlist. They're all still there. As I said then, this was such an easy, low-hanging fruit win.
Mm-hmm.
Just adapt the first game out of the opening. Just start with that. Master Chief on the Halo all by himself, no help, just Cortana in his head, the two of them against the world. That's all you needed to do. 5-6 episodes, you would have had a banger. You would have had a massive success, a lot of goodwill. Then you want to kind of move a little different direction after that, fine. You could play around, but that was it. But no, we're going to do our silver timeline. It's all new, all different, all whammons, all virtue signaling, all retarded. And this is what you get now. Another trailer that shows you scenes that look like Halo. But remember, this is going to be probably 8 episodes. What happens in between those couple of scenes? A lot of Master Chief without his helmet on. That's what. A lot of characters you don't care about. A lot of storylines that are warped, perverted, corrupted from what you would know. So that's what I expect will happen. But we'll see. There's always that chance I could be subverted and pleasantly surprised, but I doubt it. But I got Halo in February. We got Fallout in April. We got Avatar in April as well. It's a busy first couple of months in 2024. And then just as comparison, we're not going to watch it because I know HBO really will jump down my throat for covering that.
Oh, they've been doing that to people before I've been seeing.
Yeah, House of the Dragon Season 2 did get its trailer yesterday. So yesterday was a day of trailers, apparently.
Yeah.
Jed, you did review House of the Dragon Season 1.
I did, yes. And I intend to at least watch Season 2. I was very mid on Season 1. Just like, it was good.
You're one of the outliers.
One of the outliers. It was better than I expected, but not like all-time great. Like, better than Season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones, but that would be about all that I could say for it. I enjoyed parts of it. There were several parts, especially Matt Smith, that I adored, and then there were moments like Rhaenyra murdering women and children rampantly.
You want to have Matt Smith's baby, so we know.
No, of course. Yeah, of course. But yeah, it was a very hit or miss for me. But I do have hope for Season 2.
And I didn't watch it, but I've since seen some of it, and I watched everybody review it. And I have been talked into reviewing Season 2 because I'm going to bring that unique perspective of I don't care. We know I don't like Germ, but I don't care about Game of Thrones. I don't care about House Dragon. So people said, Adam, give your down the middle, no horse in this race review. I don't want it to be good. I don't want it to be bad. I just will see how it goes. Yeah. So I am going to review it. I've given that promise. And Dre, you don't care 2 ways from Sunday about this, do you?
Nope.
Nope, not at all. Right. So the early 2024 is going to be busy. It's going to be busy, and I think there's even a couple shows we've forgotten that are tossed in the mix. I mean, now with the strike over and all this stuff, I want to add this into the conversation that we are now waiting for certain casting announcements on certain things. The Harry Potter casting announcement. Now we sit patiently because that casting announcement is going to tell us whether or not Max is going to own the yard. Because if House of the Dragon Season 2 is as successful as Season 1, and they cast Harry Potter reboot correctly, and then they tell the book stories as close to accurately as they can on a TV setting, which is an easier task than the movies, Max could own the yard for successful television next year. Although I think Harry Potter at this point would probably be 2025 if they first go into production in the next 3 to 4 months. But either way, they would own the yard in terms of the fantasy niche quality entertainment. So I'm interested to see that. And we are skipping Percy Jackson. We're not touching that with a 20-foot pole.
No, there's no way.
No. We're not going near that. I've had enough.
I'm biased against it, though. I will be fully honest. I'm heavily biased against the
We don't-
existence of the books.
And I deal with enough weirdos right now. I don't need those weirdos coming in here too. That's just it's an annoyance and a tediousness. I got better things to do. And I'm not interested. I'm interested. And it's just whatever. All right. So unless anybody else had anybody else I can speak. Good Lord. Anybody else got anything they want to toss in before we call it quits on this show? Because I'm out of topics. We went around a little bit of a roundabout way than normal, but I got that. Ooh, it's here. Yes. Hey, my TNG season just arrived.
Ooh, nice.
I'll go down and get it after this. That's show and tell on Engage. And all right. So if we got nothing else, let's go around the horn. Sarah farewells and go along with our busy Sundays because I got more to do. Jed, what's going on this week with you?
Well, you can all find me on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar. I have a video coming out in about 40 minutes here talking about the viewership for Wild Blue Yonder, the episode of Doctor Who from last night. And let's just say it is a decrease from the previous week. And we still don't have the consolidated numbers for Star Beast. We should have those by now. But for some reason, they're not coming out.
We'll see. Down.
We'll see. There's an unconfirmed report that it got 2 million more views Sunday, the day after it came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
But those aren't from the BBC. There's no reputable source that has reported that 2 million. So we'll see what those numbers actually are if they ever come out. But more Doctor Who news coming out in the next week. Of course, with the final of the 60th anniversary specials, The Giggle, coming out this Saturday.
All right. Dre, your pimp tour continues.
Oh yeah, and I just got an email. Yes, I'm absolutely full on prostituting myself for my Indiegogo, of course, for my book Trouble the Rhythm Within, and I just got contacted literally like 2 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
My book is being nominated for Indie Ink Awards.
Oh, that's awesome!
Hell
man.
yeah!
Hell yeah!
For the Indie Ink Awards.
All right, so let's pimp this shit even harder.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah. I couldn't believe I just saw it. I was
Dude,
like,
that's
what the heck?
outstanding, man. That's awesome.
I'm like, holy crap. Oh, yeah, so I'm being nominated for best book cover artist, best setting, prettiest book interior. So I am freaking shocked.
Dude,
here
that's
that I'm
outstanding.
just being
That is
nominated.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Like literally, I'm shocked. I'm actually getting nominated for this. So
that's great, dude. And
holy crap.
Keep us surprised. When is this going to happen?
So I just got the email just now, so that their site hasn't updated yet.
Okay.
But they wanted me to confirm that I'm down with the
Yes.
nomination.
The answer is yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, absolutely. So I'm excited. I just saw this pop up on my feed. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? So I'm very, very excited for that. So I think the voting goes in next month, and it's gonna go on until the spring.
Okay, so we got a while. Okay,
we still got some ways to go before the finalists and stuff. But just to be nominated, man, this is,
dude.
Acknowledging
the acknowledgement alone.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, to be
that's
nominated.
Fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So
you
as this old man is holding back tears,
keep us surprised on how that goes, and I hope we get to celebrate a victory for that in the spring.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So, but yeah, of course. So my Indiegogo is still live for those who want to support. Pretty sure Legatus will always post and everything and all that great stuff.
Links in the description below.
Yeah. The description section. I'm at a loss of words here. Okay. So for the week outside of my full-on prostitution tour, Monday we'll be dropping my spoiler-free review of Godzilla -1. I will.
Yeah, we didn't get to Godzilla.
That.
We'll wait a week. Let's let those week numbers come out. We'll wait a week.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let it be spoiler-free. I want people to check this movie out a lot. It's a really good movie. So that will be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow on Monday, I'll be dropping that on the Brutal Planet Comics YouTube channel. So I encourage you all to check it out. Do all those great YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff. And throughout the week, whatever is hot in the streets, whatever news be coming down the pipeline, because God knows they're coming, I'll be covering those things as well. So that's what I got going on this week. And Thank you all for your love and support. And golly, man, I ain't never want to cry before in my life. This is
Man tears are acceptable in around here.
Yeah,
we forgive man tears.
That's incredible, man.
So this was really good. And once again, I want to thank you all on the panel for being supporters of mine over the years. In the chat, of course, you all have always been huge supporters. And so I'm very, very happy to have all you great folks in my life. I am blessed. For sure, I am blessed.
Dragon Lady, you have anything coming out this week?
I've just done I did do a Christmas themed sitting room on Sims 4, so you can check out that build.
'Tis the season
on the plate. Yeah, that's why I did it on the on my channel. I did a bit of a recording of me building a Christmas themed sitting room. Before it was going to originally be a driving lesson that day, but unfortunately, 5 minutes into me building it, my instructor's wife had broken her ankle, apparently. So no driving lesson that day. But I was driving around yesterday. We were doing the lesson again yesterday, so she's fine, just a bit sore, really. But yeah, she's fine.
That's good.
It was just that I didn't get to do it last week, and
Get out there. All right. So check out Dragon League 2. Links are below. As for myself, in about 20 minutes time, come back for Star Trek Engage this week. TOS episode 18, The Arena. We're going to make Ryan's life miserable in about 20 minutes as the Dirty Rex fucker around here. It's going to be great. The stream will be, I'll put up the stream in about a few minutes right after the show. And then, let's see. After that, I will be over on Beelzehub tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're doing Godzilla Kaiju ranking. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna say it now. Kong's going in the void. King Kong's going in the void. The fight for that one. King Kong's going in the void. Stupid ape.
Poor Kong.
Fuck Kong. Fuck King Kong. He ain't got nothing
Well,
on me.
I'm actually on Godzilla's side, but that's a bit mean.
I don't care.
I like King Kong better, but there's no way Kong has even a half of a chance in a fight against
They had to change
Godzilla.
his backstory. They had to change his lore.
That was
put him
ridiculous.
up against the man. And even the 1960s one, that was a horseshit movie too. Anyway.
Devil asked me to be on that stream later, Adam, but he when I told him I'd seen one Godzilla movie and that was the most recent one, Kong versus Godzilla, he's like, yeah, maybe not then.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. And also, again, after that, we're done for the night then. But tomorrow, Monday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, Mellow Mondays, where we chill out, have a good time. Throughout the rest of the week, as Dre said, the week will provide news, information. Stories are going to keep happening. Where am I? Wednesday, natural 27 p.m. Eastern. Also, guys, if you haven't done so already, in 2 days, the PS5 version of Return to Moria drops. We all know the story. I spent the money for the PC version, but this poor old computer could not run it. Had a hard time, so we had to shelve it till now. But everybody and their grandma's already played it now in the since month. So once again, I'd be going in for sloppy seconds. Please vote. Go to the community tab. Vote whether or not you want me to get it and play it, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time if we're going to do that. So please vote. We got a couple more days. Actually, I'll let it run for the week because I don't have time to do a gaming stream. I'm waiting for a new controller because, once again, controller drift has hit me once again. So I'm fighting that battle. I got another one coming middle of the week. So we got a few more days to go. Please go vote on that. At the same time, Friday, as I said, Ballbusters, 11 p.m. Eastern on Dermy's channel. You never know what degeneracy is going to happen there. It's a sinking ship. I admit to nothing that happens there. And then next Saturday, it's my choice for a Christmas movie on Saturday Night Drive-In. And good goddamn, we're watching Rocky IV, baby.
Hell
Christmas
yes.
Miracle. Christmas Miracle in that one. There's a Christmas Miracle. And Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't care what anyone says. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Other than that, then we'll be right back here next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, to talk about all the flops that are happening, because there are flops, and talk about anything else that happens. Once again, for 100 episodes, I thank my panelists, my buddies, my pals, my friends. I thank you, the chat, subscribers. Help us continue to grow. Like, share, subscribe. Links in the description below. We are going to continue forward to next year. Looks like it's going to be a fun one already. And I can't wait for another 100. So thank you once again. Thank you to everybody. And we hope you have a good night or day wherever you be. Until next time, take it easy, everybody.